reached Marina. Leave a message and I'll get back to you as soon as I can.
Hi, Marina. It's Zach. I'm just calling to tell you that I think you're a bad person, and I don't want to ever talk to you again. Hello, I'm nervous guy trying to phone my girlfriend in 5 minutes here to see if she fucking broke up with me. Our date is in 4 minutes, so I have wireless microphone. I'm gonna get phone, maybe put it on speakerphone, and I'm playing Doom Eternal because that's kind of like my medication. Like a lot of times when I'm playing Doom Eternal, I'm actually thinking about her, and just thinking about people in general. Like it just kind of gives me something to do. It takes anxiety off of me, really. So my mom is on the phone right now, and so I need to go get the phone, and I also need to check my messages, which she may have messaged. Even if she hasn't messaged, I'm still going to call her, but I have 3 messages from 3 different people, so it might be from her, probably. So I'm pretty fucking nervous right now. I'm actually going to go get the phone, so I'll be right back. But you'll still hear me the whole time. So, let's see here. Boys? My...
Yeah.
Okay, so in the name of love, I'm getting access to the phone. And I'm a bit relaxed, but I'm a fucking pretty fucking nervous too. Oh, God. So I hope that she gets off the phone soon, because I told her a long time ago that I have a date coming up. And I like to be cordial and on time. I got these apples. I figured I might need some energy. But I am a nervous wreck. I'm so fucking nervous right now. I'm trying to think of things that I can do if she dumps me. Like if she's not the only thing I have going on in my life. If she's not my everything, what else do I have? Oh, I can't get up here. Yeah, I could do a water fast. There are some things I'm excited about. I don't want to go there and say that I have other things to live for besides her. Because that even in itself seems a little bit fake. If you really have other things in your life besides her, then why would you need to write them on a list? Wouldn't it really just be obvious that you have a life besides love? Besides your love life, you have a life? Well, I have family. I like family. I like people in general. It sucks not having anyone, and you don't just want to go to the strip club every time. So, and sometimes I think, well, she's short, so the fact that she's hotter than me balances out because she's short, and so we're actually as hot as each other, so don't worry about it. And she's from California. Maybe she's normal there. If you've ever been to Sweden, you'll see the hottest girls you've ever seen, but they're just regular girls. Maybe she thinks, because she's surrounded by so many, she thinks that it's no big deal that she's so hot, and that's why. And that's why she's not thinking I'm a loser. But then again, I have really cool friends. I have a cool friend from Hollywood, and he thinks that I'm his best friend of all time.
You're just...
So I think my mom is intentionally making my date late. So I'll just wait around here.
He's saying me too for the work. Can I call you back on my cell phone? Okay.
Okay, thanks. Okay, so we cut it right down to the wire there. This is the fucking nervous part. Okay, this is the part that actually really scares me. I'm about to check my messages. Oh god. Okay, here we go. Cora. And if I'm nervous, well, so what? Even if I'm depressed, so what? Because I have a feeling that underneath the nervousness is depression. Oh, she sent a photo. I had a feeling she was going to send a photo. Oh, cool. Oh, she dumped me. Hey, Zach, to be honest, I'm dating someone, but we can be best friends for now. Oh, no. Yeah, she dumped me. That sucks. That's really hurtful. You know, I had a feeling that this was happening. And she even answered the phone while she was on a date with a guy. That's really hurtful, you know. But we could be best friends for now. That's really sick. Yuck. Yeah, I'm just grossed out with people right now, actually. Yeah. Do you think I was nervous because I felt something was wrong? I don't know. Honestly, there are TIs who I really like who are not actually that hot, and I actually really like them as people. And it sucks that like I don't really want to have sex with them that much. And that's like, there are some hot ones too, actually. And there's that Ava Rose girl. She's like 50 something. And even if she doesn't want to be my girlfriend, I still appreciate that she's been celibate for like 15 years and she got raped a couple times. And that sounds pretty horrible. Like, it sounds like I condone her getting raped or something. But that's not how I mean it. I mean it like, I think she's a really cool person. And the fact that she basically got raped and now she's not with anyone, it kind of makes me feel validated that that's my situation, I think. And it really does kind of make you think, and this is just ideation, okay? I don't have any intent to harm myself. It really makes you think, why wouldn't you just die? If once they take away your ability to have a girlfriend or a boyfriend, what's the point of even living? You basically have AIDS at that point. It's basically like you just got AIDS. And then you have to factor in, what if it's because of the things they've done to entrap me? Or the things, I mean, they've never entrapped me, but I mean, they've tried to. And that could affect my dossier, and then it's like no one wants to be around me. And it just makes me like, it makes me sick. It just makes me sad. And I think if I were to, like, you know, then what would be the point of my life? I mean, that's a really, really condescending message. As if anyone would ever just be friends. That's like horrifyingly condescending. And I don't know if that was gang stalking on her part. And then, like, when she's talking to me last time, she's like, I would marry you, you're so hot. And so clearly it was all fake. Clearly she was just trying to hurt me from the beginning. We can be best friends for now. I mean, I don't think I'm gonna have hope. I don't think I'm gonna say, okay, we can be best friends for now, and then even though you said you wanted to have 5 boyfriends and now all of a sudden you're monogamous, that one day, because you're just having to do what the handler says right now and pretend we're just best friends, but really secretly we're gonna be boyfriend and girlfriend again, and then one day it's gonna happen. I don't really think that. I think she's actually just saying, I don't like you. I never did. And which is really sad because she has like the craziest ratio, and then the hottest girlfriend I've ever had would be my pig, or this other one who was before my pig. And I felt devalidated by them. I mean, after they were my girlfriends, I still felt like it was always kind of an effort. Like I always had to put in some kind of effort. Like it never was just natural. And she sent me a picture of a cup that says my name on it. I mean, what's the point of that? I never masturbated to her too, which is interesting. I never could. I think it was something, a Hello Kitty. She sent me a Hello Kitty with Zach on it. So I guess she's calling me a pedophile. She says to be honest. And I'm not allowed to write on Quora at this time because I'm blocked. So basically she just dumped me and called me a pedophile. Okay. Well, I don't really care what she thinks. That actually makes her pretty gross, really. That actually helps me let go of her. I guess she's never been raped. She also talks about getting raped. I guess she's never actually been raped. And I guess she's a jerk or a pedophile, I guess. Because why would you call someone a pedophile if they're not a pedophile? I don't think she's very intelligent. That was the one thing that kind of bothered me about her from the start. She seems just like she's waiting for you to say what the answer is. Like I said, do you think that we only like each other because we're both TIs? And this is after she said, I'm a TI, are you a TI? And after I found her video saying that she's a TI. Like, what an obviously ridiculous question. But I said, do you think that we only like each other because we're both TIs? And she was trying to figure out what answer I wanted her to say. She wasn't actually answering. She was like, yeah, I think, like, I can't explain how I knew, but I just really got the feeling, because I've seen girls do that before, where you ask them a question and you're actually asking them to know what they think, and they don't even think that you're genuinely asking them. They think you're trying to get them to say a certain answer, and they're trying to figure out what they're supposed to say, because they don't even think that they have an opinion to you. They don't even think that you would genuinely ask them, what do you think? And I feel like I've lost so many people. Like the guy who told me that the best thing to ask a woman is, what do you think? Because no one really ever asks them that. That's my dad, and he basically just abandoned me. And then my best friend did too, and then my girlfriend did too, and they all pretty much abandoned me. And the only people I really have are like my mom and like my cousin. Like I have like some family, and they are also cruel. They also say things that are basically references to calling me a pedophile, but they are also nice to me. They also get me presents, and they do things to show me that they're just saying that because they have to. Whereas this girlfriend, this supposed ex-girlfriend now, I'm not even saying she's supposedly ex, because maybe we're still together. I'm saying she wasn't even my girlfriend to begin with. She was just fake to begin with, and I fell for it. But I kind of feel like one of those Down syndrome characters. Like, have you ever seen those dating with Down syndrome shows? And they're like, do you want to be my girlfriend? I want to be your boyfriend. And they're just so blunt with it and straightforward and flat out with it. And I kind of felt like that. Like, I'm just like, okay, do you want to be my girlfriend? Like, we're married now. And it was more so like a fun thing for me. I wasn't really that invested. And I was pretty nervous, I think, which I mistook for being invested. But I think the nervousness was I felt that she's not really real. That she's actually superficial. And I could understand it, and I just couldn't accept it because I wanted her so bad because she's hot, and I wanted to say, okay, well, it's a thing. But now that she said a really condescending message, hi, you're a pedophile, but I honestly want to be your best friend. I just have a boyfriend now, so I'm cucking you now. And even that, I wouldn't masturbate to that because I have the right to say no to her. She at least gives me the right to leave the relationship, the pretension of a relationship. Like, if she were to stalk me and then keep telling me, hey, you're a pedophile and I have a boyfriend and I'm fucking my boyfriend while I'm on the phone with you, and then I would probably masturbate to it because I would have no choice but to have that energy put on me. And that's what happens when you get raped, basically, is you have the sexual energy of someone put on you. But she at least gives me the option to say no to her. I know that she's not going to message me again. And if she's listening, don't ever message me again. Which I know she's not going to anyway. But so at least I have that. And that's why I've never masturbated to her. Even though she's super hot, she's never forced herself on me. So she's never actually sexually assaulted me in that kind of sense where it's violent and I don't actually have the ability to say no. You know, if you do a sexual assault without any force, it doesn't really have this. If you can just say, well, I'll just ignore you, you know, then you have the right in a way to say, well, you can't affect me because I can just leave. I can just say no to you and that you will respect that no. So I think that's really cruel what she did. And if she wants to call me a pedophile, then why would she call me a pedophile? I don't have a criminal record. And I've never bothered children. I've never talked to children in a sexual way. I've said things on my blog in response to being sexually assaulted by adults and children, which has given me evidence against them. But I only said things on my blog which was a legal thing to do, which if I wasn't being stalked by them, they wouldn't have seen anyway. So why are you going to call me a pedophile based on that? And before that happened, they were already sending children to stalk me. Why were they doing that? And before that happened, they sent a guy to sexually assault me when I was 13. And before then, they sent a confidential informant to take me for a car ride when I was 4. So who's really the pedophile? It's really sad when these things happen, because now I'm going to be less trusting for the next person. I hope that she is bored with her life. I think she's a bore, really. I think she's a bore. But you know, if she liked me, I'd be saying, "Oh my God, she's amazing." Which really comes down to it, when you're hot, that's mainly that's the main aspect about dating, is that you're attracted to the person. But this is really sad for me. In a way, this is really happy for me, because I have been looking not forward to this. If you see my other video, that I made today, I said, I have to call my girlfriend today. And I said, I'm kind of sad about it. And the reason I'm sad about it is because when you really love someone, you know that they're going to die and that you're going to die, and it's going to be fleeting. And you can see that you love them so much and you know it's not going to be forever. So there's automatically a sadness that comes when you love someone. And I said, that's really what the sadness is. And then I said, no, it's just that I'm nervous. But really, now that I have a little bit more perspective, I saw through her from the beginning, but I couldn't admit it because I just wanted her so bad. And that's why I was nervous from the beginning. And I can say I've had girlfriends as hot as her. Not many, but it has happened. And I can say that those same girlfriends, if I had to go back with them, I wouldn't. Because I don't even like them. Because they're jerks and they're not cool. So in a way I can say it's no big deal. And in another way I can say I've been single for like 10 years and I feel like actually getting a can of nitrous and just fading out. But that's just ideation, okay? I'm not going to be doing that. Maybe I just have issues with most people. Even people who are not vegan, I have issues with. It kind of sets precedent. No, it does. I know you're thinking, nah, it doesn't matter. Let people choose how they're going to eat. Don't say that people who are not vegan are immoral. But really, I've felt like that for a long time. I've thought if you're not vegan, you really don't give a shit about anyone. You really don't care about anyone. You'll call someone a pedophile with knowing they're not a pedophile. You'll work on behalf of pedophiles, pretending to be a victim of pedophiles. You'll work on behalf of rape victims. Like, look at Ava Rose. She's this girl with autism, and she says she's single, so I'm not going to say she's my girlfriend anymore. But she got raped a couple times, and she's a real TI. And this gang stalker who is just pretending to be my girlfriend is making light of that. She's saying, yeah, I was raped a whole bunch of times, but she wasn't raped at all. And so I have someone like Ava on my team. Like, maybe Ava doesn't even know I exist. You know, I'm subscribed to her, but I don't know if she's even seen my videos. But I love Ava is the point. And she's been raped, actually. And she's talking about it. And this gang stalker girlfriend is pretending like she got raped so she can pretend she's a TI. And she's totally devalidating people who have actually been raped. And then she's calling me a pedophile, too. And there's this other guy who has autism, who's from Sweden, who's a TI, and he has a girlfriend who is a real TI, I believe. And when I saw him with his girlfriend, because he has like Skype calls with her and he posts them online, I felt actually a bit jealous. I thought, oh man, I have a gang stalker girlfriend and he has an actual TI girlfriend. I felt like, and his girlfriend was not as good looking as this girl, but I still felt like he had beat me on some level. And then there's this other guy, Travis, I watch. He's not my old best friend Travis, but this new guy Travis, who has a family and a gang stalker girlfriend, and he's complaining about it. Like, he's online and he's like, he has his kids and his camera out, and he's telling his kids, did you just see mom push the glass of water over on my laptop? And they're saying, yep. And he's saying, you see, I just got this new laptop, and the first thing she did is she poured water all over it. And that's not fair, right? And his kids are going, yep. And he's saying, I want to leave her, but I can't because it's not safe out here for me. And I'm listening, and I'm thinking, I have my new gang stalker girlfriend. And I'm like, oh, grow up, Travis. Come on. It's clearly an awesome thing to have a gang stalker girlfriend. And then here she goes around doing this to me. And so who do you even find who's not a gang stalker when like literally 99% of people will comply with it? So it's kind of ridiculous. Now my last ex-girlfriend, Sub-Zero, was a gang stalker, but that was before I started saying that I wanted to kill and rape Doras on my blog, which I only said that in response to their trying to entrap me, which reversed it on them and incriminated them. So I had to say that for my own safety. And I said that online and with an audience of everyone. And that should not be incriminating to me. When you actually go to Chris Hansen and say, "Excuse me, Chris Hansen, I would like to go on the show. I know what the show is all about. I'd like to be your next guest." That's not something that an actual predator does. And so because of this, because my image is now ruined, now I don't even have any girlfriends. Now there's no girlfriends who will even want to date me. There's like literally my whole reputation is destroyed. It's like I have AIDS now, and now no one will be with me. And so what's the point of even living? Unless I find an actual TI girlfriend, which is, you know, Ava is the only one I like at this point, and she's not even interested, and that's fine, you know. And well, she might not even know I exist. But she at least is a reference of someone who exists. She's like an example that someone could exist who is real, that I like. But she's far and few in between of all the, how many people have I seen? You know, there are some people who I think are real TIs, and some of them are women, and some of them are attractive enough to have sex with, but none of them are like supermodel hot, and that kind of sucks. And I don't, you know, maybe I'm not supermodel hot either, so maybe it's no big deal. Oh man, it just sucks. This I had a feeling this was gonna happen. I really did. I wish I could cry. And then everyone's watching me and they're all laughing and saying kill yourself. And I'm just like, yeah, if I believe that I cannot be reborn, like if I have to come back to Earth, then that's the wrong thing to do. But if I'm actually enlightened, then I agree, then I should get euthanized as soon as possible, because you've taken away my life. You've taken away my ability to have a life. You've human sex trafficked me so that I don't have a life now. So I can't have a girlfriend anymore. I can't have the only thing that you would even want to be alive to begin with. The only reason why you're here, the only highest value in every culture, which is sex, is taken away from me now. I'm literally on a death list. And even my family has to give me accusations of pedophilia every single time I go out in the daytime. They have to say, okay, remember, we're going to rape you and kill you if you try anything. Even though the only thing I've ever done was say things online on a public forum, talking to no one except the people, except the children and the adults who were sex trafficking me and who still are. And because of that, I'm now completely blacklisted from even existing. And I can't go to a restaurant without them putting pubes in it. I can't do anything without them harming me. And I'm not afraid to die, I don't think. I mean, a nitrous can, you just fade out. And this is just ideation. Okay, I'm not doing this. You know, if I'm going to do it, I'm going to go get a diagnosis, and I'm going to use my diagnosis to do it legally so that no one can even stop me. Okay, so this is just this is not the intent. You know, and really you're going to say no, it is the intent, and you're just saying it because you don't want anyone to intervene. No, I'm not. I'm just saying I actually think that if I were to die, I would come back to Earth. And I would be reborn, and it would be the same problem, and that I couldn't actually escape by dying. That actually dying is not the answer to escape this, because you're just going to get recycled. And people who don't believe that, they'll say, well, that's just bullshit. You're just angry, and you just confessed the fact that you feel like dying, and now you're scared that people are going to intervene on you. No, I've been talking about being enlightened for a long time. I was trying to figure out if Todd was enlightened before he died, to see if he'd come back as a cat or if he'd come back as the formless. And I don't know if I would come back as the formless. And so therefore, I don't know if it's my time to die. But I don't see, and again, I'm not ideation here. I'm not desire, I'm not intent here. This is just ideation, which is allowed in a group setting. Like, you can go to a support group, if anyone's wondering, because I volunteered at a support group for a long time. You can go to a support group and say suicidal ideation, and they will not intervene on you. If you have intent to harm yourself, then they will intervene on you. But you're allowed to just talk about ideation. That's like standard. So this is what I'm saying is allowed. And so then the whole point of life is what? If nothing is ever going to get better, then what's the point of going on? And you say, well, you don't want to do it because you don't want to give the people the satisfaction, all the people wanting you to kill yourself, and they're going to be getting insurance money on you, and they're going to be laughing, and they'll be keeping your clothes and stuff and wearing your clothes after you're dead and laughing. Well, who cares? That's just sick. Let them have all the money. Who cares? As if raping and murdering someone and stealing their skin and wearing their skin like Buffalo Bill, as if it's like as if you got the good end of the deal. Like that, it's so sick that why would you even want to not spite them by not dying? Like, who cares? It's really sad. It's really sad. There are people like Nikola Tesla, and he was single his whole life. There are people who are literally always single because they are lonely at the top. Like someone like Ava, she's a higher caliber person than someone like Marina. If we all lived together, Ava would run the house, not Marina. If Marina was 53 years old and Ava was 30 years old, Ava would still run the house, not Marina. And a lot of the people who are targeted are that type of person who, without their even trying to be an authority, naturally are the authority. Because they're smarter, and they're more mature, and they have a greater degree of understanding. They have a higher altitude. And why? Well, because they've actually been raped, so they're more keen. They pay attention to things more because they've had to survive. Oh, great, okay. I was stuck on this level for a long time. Now, the other thing is, it's not that big a deal. I have been single for a long time. My last girlfriend, Sub-Zero, she was okay. I mean, she was a plenty of fish girl. I don't know if I could get anyone again. She didn't have the widest hips. I never really was cuckoo. I was never really, wanting to brag that she was my girlfriend. She had a beautiful face. A lot of guys would say she's very beautiful. But she didn't have the body type that I like. Well, do you want to see Marina's picture? I guess she violated me, so you can see her.
It is to win and keep winning until
what a jerk. No, there are a lot of good people who get put to death by the society. You know who else did was Shock G. And he was that Humpty Hump guy. He was friends with Tupac. And a lot of the real TIs, they're in the same boat with me. There are a lot of really cool guys and girls who are in the same boat with me. And so, who cares? But in a certain sense, well, you're suffering too. In a certain sense, it helps. But Shock G, he kept saying, you know, all these girls I'm dating, I hear them and they're saying he hasn't died yet. We gave him poison and this guy won't die. And he died in his 50s, I think. He was a beautiful, beautiful guy. Beautiful musician. You should have heard him play. You can hear him play. He plays piano and he sings. And even someone who's famous, they can't escape it. So you'd think someone who's famous and they have all the options in the world and they're rich, and he's friends with Tupac. And he says to Tupac, I can hide you. I have a spot to hide you because they're trying to kill you. And Tupac says, no, I'm not hiding. Let them kill me. I don't care. And so you have this Shock G guy, and he's like super cool. And even he can't find a girlfriend. Even if he finds a girlfriend, they're trying to kill him. And at some point, if you're really awesome, I'm pretty sure if you're really awesome, you're going to be hated by everyone. Like, you won't even have a single friend. And Osho said that he's never had a single friend. And that's how I feel. And it's fucking lonely. I really wish that I was asexual. I wish that I didn't have any sexual desire at all, and that I could just say it's totally cool to be single. Because that's really the main thing that I'm losing out on. But if I had to be a normal person, like someone who wants to have a baby in a war zone, like as the world is today, and to just say, oh, it's cool, let's just have a baby and let's just like be like a normal person, I wouldn't want to do that. And I could have. I had a girlfriend who wanted to have a baby with me. I could have had a family with her. I could have not done drugs and been a pushover and been an accessory for her, like a tampon for her. And she would have made sure we had money too. She would have been the breadwinner. All I had to do was not do drugs and have some kind of job, you know, go to school or do something. Just don't do something besides being high all day and give her a baby, and I would have been able to basically marry her. And I chose not to, and she was as hot as anyone. So it's not that big a deal. I have had super hot girlfriends, but just not at least for the last 10 or 15, since, not for a long time. And it fucking sucks to not have that. And so I feel like that's why if I were to do euthanasia, that I would just be reborn, because I still have those unfulfilled desires. And Osho says that when you are celibate, you will actually be the highest point of your life. It's actually the highest degree of sexuality is to be celibate, because all your sex energy starts traveling up. But he also says, that you can't just force it to be celibate. If you just try to force it to be celibate, you'll actually just be a pervert. And so I don't know what to do, because I feel like on one hand my whole life is going to be a waste, and I'm just going to die anyway. I'm just going to be old and alone with no one. And so why don't I just get euthanized why don't I just go to the hospital one day and just get euthanized? Because what's the point? It's never going to change. I'm just going to be alone forever, and things might even get worse. And it's funny, when you think that you have a girlfriend, everything's okay. You're like, yeah, the world loves me, it's fine. We're all okay over here. And then all of a sudden, She not only dumps you, but she calls you a pedophile. Well, I'd call her a rapist. I'd say I'm not a pedophile, and you are a rapist. And you don't even care. I'll say that's really the biggest insult, is that you're so daft that you're a rapist and you don't even feel guilt. And because you're a rapist is